Okay, so the update for my X1C came down from Bambu, and this is the one that starts the encryption requirement. And I don't typically use Orca Slicer, but just for the fun of it, I wanted to determine, is it really true? Oh, beta. Okay, so let's find out. We'll go to devices. Here's the X1 Carbon. And we can see, let's see if it'll connect the camera. Connect to the camera. Do I not have an SD card in it? I don't know. Let's hit send. Sending job through cloud service. I'm going to assume this means it's not going to work. All right, even though they called it dev mode, when I went over to the printer to put it in, it just said LAN mode like it always did. So this is what we need. X1 Carbon, please input your printer access code. All right, I did take a picture of the access code, and then I'll have to, we're connecting, and we're connected. All right, so let's bring up the interface, and here we are in Orca Slicer in LAN mode, and you can see we are able to see. And if I hit home, so LAN mode is still authenticating through Bambu, right? That's right. Okay, let's log out of that. Apparently, it's not what I thought it was. We need to figure out how to put it in dev mode. All right, so I didn't pay attention, and apparently there was yet another. Do I need another access code, or can I use the same one? I didn't even have to remove it, I don't think. So you have to enable LAN mode. Then you have to enable developer mode. Right, and then, supposedly, now we're connected. Let's see, if we hit home, she homes. All right, so we're good. So we're back in functional. We're in Orca Slicer, and everything seems to be working as expected. Let's go over to prepare. Let's just add a primitive. And let's resync our filaments. And yeah, we'll just set that to 2. And let's go ahead and not waste a bunch of material. So we will shrink that down just for the sake of knowing whether, oh, that's fine too. That'll work. Slice plate. You see we got our little slice on. And all right, let's print it. Let's see if it goes. X1 Carbon in LAN mode. Do I not have an SD card in it? I must not. Micro SD card needs to be inserted before printing via LAN mode. Okay, I guess I should have read that big orange. Let me see what happens. Hold on. Apparently they don't have any internal memory. Here we go. We'll hit send. And everything appears to be working splendidly. Nozzle's heating up, bed's heating up. Everything looks good. All right, so there you go. You're going to have to put it in LAN mode, and if you've done LAN mode previously, there's one more thing you'll have to enable, and that is a little slider right down below that that says dev mode. So there's a LAN mode that still connects to Bambu's cloud, but it just limits all your traffic from your slicer to your printer, apparently on LAN, but it still gives the printer the ability to reach out to Bambu to authenticate. Then you can enable on top of that the dev mode, and that will completely disconnect the printer from Bambu altogether. So they say, at least. We have no way to prove. And then you can print. And as you can see there, everything is warming up. We'll see if it prints. Now, I don't typically use Orca Slicer, so I'm a Bambu Studio guy. To me, I don't, you know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it kind of guy. But, you know, we can see here we are. Obviously, we're back in business. Was really simple. Did that update this morning. Took a couple of minutes. Boom. Nice and simple. As far as operations, if you're just a general user, you didn't notice any difference. Nothing changed. And then LAN mode, obviously, it was still trying to communicate with Bambu to authenticate before it would send the job. So it was so weird. It's like it's reaching out to Bambu to authenticate to send the job, but then send the job directly from the slicer to the printer after authentication. Seems weird. I don't even know what the purpose of that would be. If you're in LAN mode, obviously the purpose of your LAN mode would be not to send any communications outside your building. So, seems strange. So the only way you prevent the authentication process or just bypass the authentication process altogether is after that you're going to, below where it says LAN mode, there's yet another small slider to enable, and that says dev mode, and then that will allow you to print directly to your printer. As you can see, everything seems to be working just fine. Now, whether you choose or don't choose to use the cloud service, really up to you. It's all about what you feel comfortable with. If you have proprietary designs and you'd rather not them leave your building, then LAN mode and dev mode or LAN mode would probably be adequate for you. Because that just sends directly from the slicer to the printer. Post authentication to Bambu is what it appears to me. But if you're one of the guys that wants to use aftermarket slicers, or you want to use stuff from Big Tree Tech like the screens and all that, which you wouldn't use on an X1C, but down the road, if we're talking P1P, P1S, you would have to use dev mode and just completely disconnect it from Bambu altogether to get it to do its thing. What are we beeping about? Who did the beeps? A1 printing paused. Why? Alright, I got another printer crapping out. Let me go see what's going on. I stole the SD card out of my A1 to put it in the Bambu, the X1, when it started complaining. And then the A1 was like, yo, where'd my SD card go? It paused, didn't want to continue. So I do have an extra SD card around here. I stole the SD card out of the X1C to use in one of my, probably one of my Raspberry Pi projects. And apparently I'm going to have to steal it back and put it back in the X1C to get it continue to work. But there you go, guys. That is the test through of the modes, the after update. So your regular mode, your LAN mode, and then your developer mode. All right, guys, later.